When we're applying the same fundamentals of the power swing to the putt, obviously I'm not trying to hit the ball 300 meters. I am, however, trying to control the plane of the putt's movement with my shoulders. That means making my shoulders move in the same plane or angle as the putter actually has in the address position. To do this, the first thing you've got to understand is that you aren't going to be turning out of the center of your chest when you're putting. You want to be turning or rotating more around an axis where your thoracic spine ends and your cervical spine begins. So if you actually feel down the back of your neck, you'll find a slightly higher joint, and that's basically where the cervical spine joins into the thoracic spine. And the feeling is there of basically moving around that joint. You're not going to need your legs or your hips or even your stomach in this movement. It's more of a movement that comes out of the shoulders, and the trick is to get the shoulders moving parallel to the putter in the address position. So if you take the lines that I've built here with the two sticks, is I'm actually getting my shoulders to move parallel to the line that the sticks have actually created. When I take the putter in the hand, then I'm really trying to get a join between the hands and the putter, which is also going to move in this plane. But because I can't really straighten my arms out and putt with my arms straightened, if I were to do that, I would be standing too far away from the ball. What I need is to basically just get my lower arms at the same angle to the putter, and also get my hands virtually at right angles to the putt direction. So the first thing to do is to allow your arms to hang, and then to turn your elbows in, and that will actually turn your hands out. You then want the putter to run up the middle of the hand. So it's basically going between the ball of the hand and almost along the forefinger of the hand. And I'm doing that on both hands. So you can see that the right hand there, it's between the two balls of the hands and running down the forefinger of the hand. That way I have a feeling that the putter is a bit like kind of the sausage in the hot dog. Once I've got that, the next thing is to check that my lower arm is running in exactly the same angle as the putter shaft. Now, if you've bought a putter which is particularly flat, you're going to get the putter underneath your arm length. The same will happen if you straighten your arms out. The trouble with that is when you actually make a movement, you've got shear forces working on the putter which are actually trying to twist the putter in your hand. So you'll have to hold the putter pretty tightly to control it. On the other hand, if you get your lower arms in the same line as the putter's extension, so it's sandwiched not only between the hands but feeling between the lower arm, then when you're making the movement, your shoulders are moving in this angle, and also your lower arms are moving the angle, and you're basically pushing and pulling the club between that. So in its extension, it's like an extension of your lower arm. So all of the lines of force are moving in exactly the same direction. So when I then address the golf ball, I'm trying to get my left eye over the ball. That way I will hit the ball slightly in the upswing. If you think that my cervical spine or the end of my thoracic spine is the center of the axis, then obviously I'm moving the shoulders up and down on this axis, which means the bottom of the putt movement is more or less below my eye, or below my nose rather. If the ball's underneath my left eye, then I'm hitting it in the upswing, and I'm going to get a bit of topspin on the ball if I hit it correctly. The last thing basically is to get myself lined up to the hole. So I want basically the lines of my eyes over the ball and parallel to the target line. I also want my shoulders parallel to the target line. Once I get myself into that position, I want everything to move in this parallel plane, back and through, and that way I should hold the putt.